If you ask anyone, from experts to your mom, you'll hear that communication is the backbone of every great relationship. This is even more true in the relationship you have with your partner, someone you have agreed to share your life with. Communication is how you interact with each other, and it sets the foundation for a strong relationship with the person you love. Now, many of us are just not that great with communication, and even though we know this, we do not have solutions for how to improve it. So, today we will give you a few tools and ideas to help you have great communication with your partner. Let's do it. Even in the most loving relationships, communication can sometimes be difficult for both partners. Each of you brings so much to the relationship. Your hopes and dreams, your desire to make the other person happy, but also bad experiences from the past, unrealistic expectations, nervousness about your shortcomings, and a goal of protecting yourself from getting hurt. Our past experiences and unique view of the world colors everything we do and say in a relationship. This can cause misunderstandings, confrontations, and confusion no matter the good intentions of both partners. Now, let me be clear. There is no good relationship without good communication. So if you find yourself struggling at times, and most of us do, here is how to improve communication with your partner. The vast majority of us have not been trained on how to communicate effectively. And the reality is that we can get through many of life's situations without great communication skills. But with a partner, these skills are vital. However, we get into a relationship and hope for the best, or try and figure it all out on the fly. More often than not, however, we don't do such a great job. See, good communication takes time and focus, and we need to observe the rules that make good communication great. So let's talk about them. Communication is a two-way street, and good communication requires good speaking and good listening. Each person has to be committed to both, or someone will feel unhappy with the communication and probably the relationship. Now it's one of those honesty moments. Most of us are not good speakers. We get nervous or frustrated, we're too emotional about the topic, and we worry way too much about getting it wrong. This causes us to be less confident in our communication. So here is a fix. If you're not confident in your speaking skills, take a moment to gather your thoughts before speaking and try to express your feelings and needs in a simple way. Go for simplicity. If your emotions are overwhelming you, consider writing down what you want to say beforehand or practice with someone you trust. Most importantly, remind yourself that your partner doesn't expect perfection, just honesty and effort. Also, be direct and honest about your feelings. If you're upset, say, "I feel hurt because of X," rather than hinting around and hoping that that will do the job. Here's a spoiler alert. It won't work. So tell your partner directly and lovingly how you feel. Now some more honesty. Most of us are also not good listeners. We nod and say, but we are not truly hearing our partner. Listening well, like speaking well, can take time to master. You have to practice not tuning out and allow your partner time to get their point across. And you have to focus on what they are saying, not what you will say next. When you are in an important conversation with your partner, put down your phone. Maintain eye contact and acknowledge that you hear what they are saying. Your partner will feel validated and understood, and that will set the right tone for the conversation. Now, this next point is one that I personally have to pay attention to very closely, and that is communication isn't just about the words you say, It's also about how you act when you're speaking. When we are in an intense conversation with our partners, our nonverbal cues can undermine or reinforce whatever is coming out of our mouths. Facial expressions, body language, the tone of our voice, and even silence can speak loudly about our true feelings and intentions. Remember, a warm smile, a focus on our partner's points, or a gentle touch even shows love and understanding, while crossing our arms or rolling your eyes shows frustration and even disinterest. Pay attention to your nonverbal signals. Be aware what you're telling your partner with your actions. You can uncover hidden emotions and even create a deeper connection. Actions often will speak louder than our words, so ensure that your body language aligns with your message and you'll have better communication. If you are in a disagreement with your partner over something small, and then it starts escalating into something much bigger, it's often a sign that you are not really talking about the real issue. What seems to be a disagreement about dishes left in the sink might really be about your partner telling you that they feel unappreciated or unheard. Take the time to dig deep into what is behind an argument like this, and it can help you address the root of the problem rather than the symptoms. So don't focus on the immediate conflict. Instead, ask deeper questions and listen with a desire to find out what is really going on. Now keep calm and do not add to the fire. Instead, focus on solving the bigger issue. Taking this approach, you can turn arguments into opportunities for growth in your relationship and improve your overall communication. So here's another point I often struggle with and find that others do as well. And that is, you need to pick the right time to have deep and important conversations with your partner. Believe me when I say that this will make the conversations and their outcomes better. I understand you might be excited or even angry and want to talk now. But if your partner is in the middle of something else that is important or is distracted in any way, the conversation you want to have will not get the attention it deserves. Choose moments when you both can give your full attention. Use this as a guide. No serious discussions when one of you is hungry, tired, upset, distracted, or simply not ready to talk. Use the opportunity to set a time that works for both of you. When you are both fully engaged, you'll be able to focus on each other and the conversation and on getting the outcomes that you both want. Okay, now here is an important point about being aware of your feelings and how they influence your communication. Often when we are upset, our first reaction is to strike out and blame our partner. Even though we all know that no one likes being blamed, and starting a conversation like this rarely ends up in a good place. So if you are angry or upset, starting sentences with "you always" or "you never," it's like lighting a match near dynamite. It puts your partner on the defensive and makes productive communication between the two of you almost impossible. Instead, take a deep breath before you begin and talk about the incident from your point of view. For example, instead of saying, "You never help around the house," try saying, "I feel overwhelmed with the housework and would appreciate some help with chores. When you help me, it makes me feel loved." It's amazing how a small shift like this can make a huge difference. And now on a closing note, something really important. In a healthy relationship, arguments shouldn't have winners and losers. Because when one person wins, the relationship often loses. So instead of focusing on being right, try to understand your partner's perspective and then work together toward a resolution that feels fair to both of you. Set aside your pride and your feelings, even if you don't completely agree. It's worth it. Finding common ground creates mutual respect and helps you grow closer rather than pushing you away from each other. Remember, it's not about scoring points. It's about building a relationship where both of you feel valued and heard. Every healthy relationship will have arguments and disagreements. You're two different people with different points of view. But these disagreements do not have to mean problems for your relationship. Use the tools we've talked about here and others that work to strengthen your bond and become more connected. And next time you're tempted to say, "I'm fine," when you're really not, remember, honest, compassionate communication is the ultimate relationship hack. Get better at it and it will improve your relationship and your life. Good luck to all of you, and I hope you have a happy, loving relationship with your partner. Thanks everyone for listening. We are, as always, delighted and honored to be able to bring you this content. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe. And of course, give us some feedback in the comments. Thanks, and see you next time. Now, go be great.